it.
YouTube's
And
back,
Agreed.
and I
really
changed the
fast.
name.
Oh, you got it? YouTube's back? All right. Let's see.
We're back on YouTube. Sorry, guys. I got hit with my computer did something.
Yeah, it did. Because,
Yeah,
I mean, that was
his
strange.
his computer did something because at first it did say what.
And then it changed, and then it was like, ooh.
But you
I
know
got
what? A
hit
lot of
with the
people have been
copyright.
having. Yeah, a lot of people have been going through that. Some of the people that I follow, they've been getting hit with that Hurricane Joe LOL.
I
Yeah,
just
why
felt like
would you
being
build a
loveful and
tunnel
said,
in
"Love y'all,
LA?
people." Oh,
Tila.
TLO's back. Hi, TLO.
What what was that? What did that last one say? Why would you build a tunnel there?
In LA.
In Louisiana.
Oh, look, dude. Here's a dude.
What the fuck you doing outside?
I don't know. Crazy.
Oh,
Oh, they're
he's
in the
looking
eye.
up.
They
Maybe
must
he's
be in
waiting
the eye.
They have to be in the eye for
He's
sure.
pointing to the sky. Maybe he's seeing.
Jordan,
Maybe
we
he's
have
seeing the
no audio.
stars.
Can you fix
He's
that?
Yeah.
seeing something.
Yeah, can you
Like,
hover over and turn the audio? Yeah, there you go.
we
I
still
don't think
have
you can still
nothing,
hear it. I
Jordan.
don't think you can hear it because he's outside the
He
vehicle.
must be good stuff because he's seeing something.
Well, yeah, because we could
He's
hear the
seeing the
audio before.
stars.
Yeah, I don't got
He's
a
seeing
mic
the
from your
stars.
thing, Jordan.
He's seeing stars, all right.
He's seeing the stars in the sky
Hey, can
before
I?
he starts before he
If the
gets hit
headphones
with
are
something and
plugged in, you
starts
gotta
actually seeing
unplug them.
stars.
Yeah, Jordan. If the headphones are in, we can't hear it.
That's not true.
That is true.
No, it's because we have
Okay,
to
there we
click share
go.
audio on it. We have to click share audio on it.
We share the audio.
I don't want to. Okay, music next.
Okay, there we go. It
There
looks
you
like
go,
Reed
Dwayne.
Timmer's
Thanks.
outside.
Damn it, where's my alcohol?
Drinking
Well,
game.
So since I don't, you better be taking an extra shot for me there, dude.
Right?
take
We
like
all need one
take
right
like
now.
take like 5 for me because I've already had 2 mental breakdowns tonight.
Oh,
I
Charlotte,
mean,
mental
do
in
we
my
want
breakdown.
Teal
You're
on the
not the one who had to
floor
like
or
fend off little kids that wanted to burn shit.
right? I mean,
okay,
you
I'm
know,
hearing his
between the
Just let them all
riots,
out.
the
I hear his
wildfires.
windshield wipers.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
what I'm
hear something if
saying.
they're actually talking. They had to walk away
Yeah.
because he's looking at something with his flashlight. They're
Well,
probably trying to see how much damage.
he's
Because
in the
I
eye
know
of the
they're in the
storm.
eye right
Trying.
now.
The hell with that.
Oh, something just went flying. Get back in your car, dumbass.
No, Garfield, you're not old enough to drink.
Well, they've got about Garfield, but they've got about maybe, you know, depending on how they've mapped it out, um, they will know about how long they have in the eye.
Well, that
You know,
wind's
if
picking
they
up
have
They said
now. They
10 or
don't got
15
much
minutes.
longer.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes.
He's
running.
running now.
But they said
He's running.
Come
the
back to the
news
car.
channel that I said it could be hours after the eye, the calm of the storm, the eye, whatever people want to call it. That
Yeah,
it could
then
actually
the
take
high
hours
winds are going to kick
before.
in. Yep, before it
You
stops.
don't
But this is
trust.
like
You
the
don't.
first initial wave of wind that comes in with the eye of the storm. And then as the other part of the eye, like the complete eye, passes over, then that's when the rest of the winds start kicking in.
And here's the thing: me and Scarlett have figured this out. Some news stations you don't trust when it talks about Eye of the Storm because we've got fucked.
Yeah,
It
we
was.
are
It was.
all
I
currently
was.
safe right now.
Look, Dwayne.
3 of us are in Ohio.
It was
2 of
questionable a
us are in
few hours ago.
Indianapolis.
You know what, Dwayne? I am still learning. So
I'm gonna move the car.
There's his voice.
he
I'm gonna
said,
move the
Only
car.
thing you hear, he's going like, I'm gonna move the car before it gets damaged.
Yeah, we could
"Oh,
also
I thought
check
he said."
Click to Houston is live. MGTOW said maybe they have a better view of what's going on too.
I
Because
thought
I'd
he
like
said
to see
flying
different
cart.
perspectives right now,
Bro, look at
just to
that
see who
building
else is out there.
demolished. Look at that
I'm
pool.
sure a lot of buildings are demolished down there right now.
Bro, that wind's picking up.
It absolutely is.
He's having
What
issues
Yeah, I know
moving
the
hurricane are
too.
we
floor.
on?
Laura,
Reed Timmer.
Hurricane Laura. That's why I can
All right,
find her.
guys, we're gonna go get the infrasound sensor. I'll be right back.
you're gonna get out the car again?
Oh no, he's got to get his sensor. He's trying to get that sensor in the eye, or get it out of the eye. Either one.
That sensor he lets go of, doesn't he?
No, you put it out in the storm, and then you let the storm, take it.
That's what I was saying. He
Yeah,
puts it in the
Dwayne,
storm.
like Twister.
Dorothy!
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be a fucked up thing if we saw a cow just come flying across the screen?
Oh,
I know,
wait, there's
right?
a cow. Oh, wait, there's another cow. No, that's the same one.
This is
I am
wild.
not
I just love that
finding.
part of the movie.
Scarlett, I
Yeah,
went
let's.
to TikTok and
Okay.
I downloaded it. Be lucky I love you because I don't like this. I downloaded it, but
Great.
everything that's on hurricane or this hurricane, no one is posting anything recently. It's all been old. Like people are
I
saying
wonder if all
the
their towers.
hell. Yeah, the last one
Morning
that
on
I
the
can find.
Vagabond.
The last one I can find was just a couple hours ago. All of that, the other ones are 10, 12, 15, one day ago. Like, ain't no one messing with this. But I'm
ATL, I
also
got a question.
new.
Yeah,
What are you drinking?
Amaretto sour.
Take 5 of them for me.
Yeah, click
Well,
to
it's my
Houston
second
stream
one
live
since
on
I got
YouTube.
home, so
Put it up. Let's get a different perspective of it.
Let's go to KPRC Houston or somewhere else. Yeah, there we go.
line area on this end as well, and we're
Okay, they're in Galveston.
sooner than perhaps some of the other.
Oh, it downgraded. It downgraded.
It's the very
Are
latest.
we down to a 3?
All right, Jonathan.
No, we're just at 130 mile per hour winds
No doubt.
Okay.
with 945 millibars.
Out in Beaumont, where the rain is really coming down there right now.
All right, Beaumont. Let's look at this.
Exactly right. We are now going on 8 hours with this monitoring conditions here in Beaumont. You can see the wind has not let up, the rain has not let up, and we've been covering this. And I can tell you, this has been consistent. Wet conditions here, and many people staying safe the best
That's
that
what
Look
they
at
she
that
said.
palm tree rooftop.
I'm done. I'm shutting up. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Yeah, please do.
this. We
It's
haven't
just
she was the
disrespectful.
one that their
heard any
stuff
thunder
went down earlier to where you could only see their bushes in the hotel that she was by.
Oh
city that
yeah,
was
this was her who went down earlier, huh?
right there. You can see
Yeah,
just
they her and that other
Oh,
channel
look
went
at the
down at the same
windows.
time.
anything that it can. But we are doing safe over here. This is the very latest here. Not much has changed since I last spoke with you. It's been pretty much these kinds of conditions that we've been monitoring. Now, I would say for the last 2 hours, it's looked just like this. But so far, so good. Nothing major, no major difference to report since when I last spoke with you about an hour ago. And I would say we're all faring pretty well here in Beaumont.
And then KDFM News is also in Beaumont. That would be another good station to look at.
Concern just 12 to 18 hours ago. Right.
what a difference it's made. So great to report, Lousiana. Thank you.
We are getting new video in from the Lake Charles area, which again right now is experiencing kind of the eye of that storm in terms of kind of the eeriness.
Can
and
you
the storm before
like
you get
take
that
off your picture because we don't want to just see you scrolling.
type of vehicle that is
All right, I'm looking for more updates.
We were,
Look
I
for
think,
updates.
kind of the most poignant part of our coverage was
I'm
when
trying
we
to
were
look for
watching.
Oh, look at that trailer.
National Hurricane
Sad.
Center. Hold on.
Golden
NHC
Hotel
dot.
there off of I-10 there in Lake Charles, and you could see the wind and you could see the
Look at that.
rain coming sideways.
Okay, here we go.
I assume this is kind of on a side street or in a side parking garage or whatever. But if you don't have kind of that structure to keep you and block you from those winds that came ashore, again, a Category 4, 150
Never
miles
mind.
per hour sustained winds, gusting up to 185. And when we were live on air with our Robert Arnold, Dominique, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was like 108 miles per hour.
Yes,
right?
it was. And Robert described it so perfectly. He said it was as if someone is just trying to push you as hard as they physically can. And you're doing everything you can to try to stay upright.
Yeah.
Now imagine if that someone is trying to push you and everything else in
Around you.
Around you. And
LL5L, the hurricane probably will go through, depending on what area you're in. Louisiana will deal with these effects for the rest of today. Then it will move up into Arkansas and the tip of Missouri on Friday, and then move across the lower Ohio and Mississippi Valley and Tennessee valleys through the weekend.
So is
and then
this-
eventually it will go back out to sea and regain strength and become a hurricane once again.
Himself has written out a number of storms.
So is this still considered a 5 or has it calmed down?
Well, it's considered a 4 still. Now, once it goes under, I believe, like 127 miles an hour, 125 or something like that,
Miami for 7 years before
then we
Andrew
might be down to a
before any
3.
hurricanes hit. But the very first one was Andrew, which was like a pretty good one.
But they wasn't expecting it to go down from the last that I read. They wasn't expecting it to leave a Category 4 until sometime
Till tomorrow,
today,
once it got up to Shreveport, once it gets to Shreveport, it should, then it was going to be a 1 by then, but until then. And now that radar's down, we really don't know what it's doing. They're just pretending to know what the hell's going on because there's no wind gust reading. It's gone.
Yeah, I know. That's what I told you. All of the air,
winds there, and of course we've been talking about Robert being
all of the news channels are down right now, and what they are showing is from hours ago or getting information from other people before all of their systems went down.
Well, that's just it. Yeah, LL, it's interesting.
This is
It
gonna
is
be
early in the season to have this go this far, and I've never seen one track through the whole United States on such a direct path without literally tearing apart. I mean, this thing's going to end up going through the Ozarks and not get torn apart in mountains.
And then later on in the southern part of Arkansas, still is a Category 2. Now, it doesn't mean because this is set up
it's still now Cat 2, you guys. Now Cat 2 they are predicting. It was only supposed to be Cat 1 throughout Louisiana.
The actual numbers have been. Because remember, a couple of days ago, we're looking, well, it's going to be a Category 1 moving into a Category 2, when Britt and I were talking about the fact when you got 90-degree water out there, basically 90-degree water out there, there's no reason this isn't going to rapidly intensify, and that's what it's going to be doing. So it moves up into southern Arkansas, and look, by the time it gets to 7 o'clock tonight, we're talking about 60-mile-an-hour winds, which is in the southern part of Arkansas, going up toward Missouri and Tennessee and those areas. And so this is a tremendously large storm that's going to be remembered for quite some time, because not only for what it's doing here, but for what it's going to do for
I know of Mike Morales' channel on YouTube and Facebook. You got to pay the big bucks
I talked with
to
some
be
of
able
the
to get that type of software. And we are just a small
yesterday.
network with many different hosts who are
really
just
the
trying
Houston
to live our best life.
Interpoint
But
Energy.
if you
And
like
then
what we
so
do here and would like to see us get
Intercompany
better
is the one that went
technology,
East
think about
Texas and all
donating
that
to us
area.
at the
So
Freedom
they're gonna
Revolution
have their hands
Network
full.
at
And they, like so many other places, they have the reciprocal
www.freedomrevolutionnetwork.com/donate.
agreement. So we'll see power crews coming in from all over the country to come in and
So I know I don't know much about
Hey,
this,
let's
but
talk,
something's
and if
not
we
adding
can,
up.
we heard a lot before.
This has
Well,
they
yeah,
have
'cause
been
how
all
we're
over the
about the
place.
potential storm surge.
They
They have been
have.
all over the
Anything
place
that
with
has been
this,
reported
that it wasn't
new
supposed to
about
hit
the storm
land until
surge?
this
When will we
time,
see those
or it was supposed to
numbers
be
finalized?
died
When will we
down
be able
at
to tell
this
what
time.
we really
They
saw?
have been all over the place. I don't.
happening at the moment right now.
Something's
So a
not
lot of
right.
that
I
is going
don't
to be
have a good
based upon
feeling
what we
about
get
this, but
from those.
something
But we
is not
do know
right.
that there have been some
And
the
I think
numbers,
as the
for
hours
example,
go
where
on, we're
the
going to
storm
see how
surge
bad it
estimates are
actually
going to be
really is
for
going to
the
be.
rivers.
Do you
Honestly.
remember?
It's near
I'm
Lake
not
Charles.
going into
Look at one of our
details,
cameras
What
driving
are we
around
looking
there
at
too. So
here,
that's
guys?
do you
This-
remember
This is by
what I
Lumberjay.
told you?
Okay,
What my
so
feeling
this is
was
across from the Golden
when
Nugget.
you were
Yes,
talking last
Lumberjay has
week?
lost power,
Yep.
so they're driving through the parking lot. This is underneath the
Maybe I
awning of
turned it off. Maybe this is it because this
but
doesn't
as
feel
they were
right.
driving around, a ton of tree damage is what I
That's
saw.
what I mean.
No standing water, which is good news. Currently in
Because
this
the other
area,
one
they're still
dissipated,
technically in the eye.
Marco, and then
They're
the
about
other one
57
behind that we
heads of
thought was
having
going
the
to
winds
develop
picked up, as we've
dissipated.
been saying over
But
the
now
last
there's
hour.
a
The
new
other
one
head
that's
Well,
back
has
there.
really lost a lot of its oomph, and it's
you
not
know,
going to be
and I told
nearly
you that
as strong as what
I
Robert
felt
Arnold
one
went
that was
through
coming
on the
and it was
north
going to be too
end
late
of
by
that
the time
eye
they
wall.
even
Brenda, this
got
is from an
that
NBC
they
storm
even
tracker.
seen it. But
Thank you
I'm getting a
for pointing
really,
that
really,
out.
really, really bad
But
feeling on this
it looks like
one.
they're, it looks like they're pausing and sort of staying where they are. But
Well,
as they were
LL,
driving
if
around the
you can't
property,
donate, just tell
harness,
your friends about us, share the network, let people know that we exist,
to see
and
that
that
we
is
don't have
payment enough for
surge
us
water
here.
Right.
right there, because that very well could have been the story. But I think a lot of the images that we see
And
coming
if
out of
you
Lake
look
Charles,
at this
they
radar
just started
tracker,
back up the DC
Mm-hmm.
vehicle.
she's only
Launch
going up to
the
317,
damage
and
that
it's
happened
well,
in
you
Lake
guys are
Charles.
an hour. They're an hour behind us. Never mind.
The eye wall does pick
Yeah.
up, but
So,
look at
but
that
think about that. That's
damage.
only up until now. How come they're not, showing
Ton
us
of trees down.
where it
This is what
actually is? I
they
mean, it
were
can't
showing.
still be
And
in the
power's
same
out
spot.
in
I
this area.
mean, the eye of the
No,
storm is only
Robert Arnold
60 miles wide, really.
they had
this is
generators
some of
that
the
were
stuff they were showing earlier. I mean, not all of it, but some of this stuff is what they were showing earlier.
they're heading on out.
And you can see as he, whoever's behind the wheel here, when they do drive off, there's
Yeah, I mean, it's just insane what's happening right now. And we have no information. We can't find live streamers.
whatever.
We can't
He's
find
going to
people
try
who
and
have
steer this
video.
vehicle
I'm
the way that he
surprised
would
we're not seeing just
from the
average
side of the street.
citizens sharing what's
You can see
happening
where
to
more of
them,
those trees
and that's
typically be
not
standing.
going viral.
He's going to
If
try and
anybody
Yeah,
sees
I
anyone
can't.
on Twitter or anywhere else that's live, let us know.
Of what he's seeing in
I've
real
tried,
time.
Yeah,
girl. I
quite
even
remarkable.
downloaded TikTok. I went on Twitter, which on sites I don't go on, and I am not finding anything.
That sort of garage door, that metal.
And that's a typical weak spot on buildings.
It is.
Garage doors. That's very typical of what you see in a hurricane setup, because you have that weakness in the building. It sucks right in.
Yeah, peel it off almost. Yeah.
So that's definitely a typical weak spot that you see within a structure.
Right.
When you say that this is kind of like eye stuff, because this wind, there's not much in the way of wind right now. Absolutely.
In it.
Yeah.
If you guys want to flip to the radar, it looks like we're on the move again.
Which is probably why this crew is out right now.
Absolutely.
They finally have a moment to be able to.
They're going to
provide
take
some
advantage of
footage.
the time that they have before they have to
and see what we get
before they have to head back in.
Right. Yeah, they're right around the LaBerge property. We're primarily seeing a lot of trees down.
Can we double box it where you can let Britta show us kind of the radar and what she's seeing?
Yeah, because
I found a Twitch channel that has a lot of stuff up.
It's really hard to really
They have like a
see
whole
exactly
they have a
where
whole
that
thing
eye
up
is.
here.
Kimbrell, it looks like our system locked up. Can you hop over to Max 1 and check that out? We'll have Kimbrell go in manually, and we can try and get a little bit of a tighter shot, because I really want to show you where they are. So, if you look at the 210 sign, that's pretty much where Lake Charles is on this map. And there we go. Thank you so much, Kimbrell. I appreciate it. So, yeah, they're still in the eye, which is why you're seeing that clearing as that shot is driving around.
They are going to get back into the eye wall probably within the next 20 minutes or so. So we'll probably see this NBC vehicle driving around for a little bit of time before they have to stop. The southern edge of this eye wall definitely.
How's this?
Nice.
Bueno, let's go. I'm here for it. That way we can see some radar. We can see it in motion right now. We got some earthquake activity going on. Oh yeah, let's check out the earthquakes really quick to see if we've had any interesting anomalies at all.
Yellowstone's been hopping of late, Scarlet.
The content exchange.
What'd you say, Tilo?
Yellowstone's been hopping of late.
That's the name. Who's
I know. See. Okay, we've got Greece, Turkey, Gulf of California 32 minutes ago. Northern California, and that's 0 kilometer depth. The Rat Islands and the Aleutians had a 4.8 an hour ago. Mariana Islands, an hour and 20 minutes ago.
Wait, the Aleutians had a 4.8 earthquake?
A lot of damage.
Correct. Rat Islands.
Are they in a ring of fire too? That's weird.
Yes, they are.
Okay, I was like wondering. I was like, wait a minute. That's
Hour and 10 minutes ago, Virginia, North Carolina border 2.4.
That makes sense. Appalachians.
Yeah, the press.
Horrible. Do you think it's $2? I've just got a minute, just a little bit. All right, guys. We are heading back west now, heading back into.
We are running for our lives.
The storm.
But he does it so well.
Shit,
and
people
very
are
professional.
He got zapped, I guess.
Did Dwayne get zapped?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm
Hold
thinking.
on, I'll go check on him.
Continuous coverage from
Hold
downtown
on,
Lake.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go check on him.
Online this evening. It's been pretty hair-raising here in Lake Charles.
Yeah, listen to him. He's all out of breath and shit.
Lake Charles, from the northeast quadrant of the eye, north and northeast, east eye wall. We got into calmer from 140 down to maybe 30. I could see partly cloudy skies for about 5 to 10 minutes. I could look straight up. It was a barrel. It was like a big stadium effect. And we could see there's flying sheet metal. See that, guy? See the sheet metal flying off the building now. And this is going to get really, 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 really hairy.
I would really get out of there.
What happened so far?
No, it's gonna be just fine.
Just fine. That's cool.
Stay out here for just a second.
Let's have giant sheets of projectile metal hit my permeable glass vehicle, my glass carriage.
Right. And you know, if it's anything built after 2010, it's all plastic.
Well, that's just it. Yeah, the bumper and everything, those just like literally fall apart. And look how angry that storm is. Look how nice the eye was. Look how symmetrical it was as it came into shore.
Right.
I mean, this is a textbook storm. Textbook storm.
Yeah, these guys are just hanging out for trouble, aren't they?
You know, that's kind of what storm chasers do.
I know, but we were strategic about our shit.
Right. That's true.
Find a break the other
Okay.
direction, guys.
If I would have checked my messages, I would have known where Dwayne was. He'll be back in a second. He just had to take a personal phone call. I mean, this rain is just intense.
Yeah, the rains and the flooding is going to be.
And everybody's losing their
significance of this
stream
thing.
too, as you see. Like they're losing strength to be able to stream,
Yeah.
which is going to be a concern. I mean, we've already lost radar, so then how much longer till we lose cell towers and
Well, yeah,
you know,
that's
all
the thing. Is
communication?
like people haven't really envisioned this. If everybody's working from home and if everybody like is doing the classroom and classwork online, that's going to be a significant increase in traffic.
And bandwidth.
Correct. Like significant. Like never happened before. So I'm not sure how well the internet itself is going to handle it.
Yeah, could we get to a point where the internet just starts crashing?
Correct.
Or quote
It
unquote
might be a
crashing.
self-fulfilling, manifest
Because when are they
destiny.
going to just start shutting down the internet? Like, for instance, like tonight with the riots that are happening in Minneapolis, you know, it
Right.
all came out with a rumor that came out of, Minneapolis PD Twitter, right?
Yep.
And when are they going to, when something like that happens, just shut down the internet so no one can see it?
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is they can easily do that. We had the power go out for some reason, and they still haven't given a really good explanation for it.
See, they shut y'all's power because they didn't want the riots to get worse like they did before.
No, this was actually yesterday.
Oh, was it? Maybe they were
Yes.
practicing.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Hey,
what they were
guys.
up to, but they were up to something.
Hey guys, I hate to do this, but Scarlett, I'm turning the broadcast over to you. I gotta get up here in the next couple hours with my son.
Okay.
I gotta get to bed.
Good night.
Scarlett, the broadcast is gonna be yours. TLO guys, I'm sorry. I love y'all, but it's not fair to him that I'm gonna be sleeping all day and not spending time with him.
Well, you just need to stay up and be a parent like everybody else does.
Stay by.
Shit.
I know, but I love y'all. Good night. And I'll catch up with you in the morning, Scarlett.
Good night.
Taylor, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Got a 9-foot concrete wall.
Okay, Scarlett's
I
back.
love how like these guys in this car are fucking whispering to each other, like the storm is gonna hear them or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's nuts.
For a second, I saw that big piece of.
I mean, look at this. Are those like little bricks on the ground, or what is that on the ground?
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt
Paper?
it. I wouldn't doubt it if it's bricks.
I wouldn't either at this point with how fast
Like
that this wind has been
shitty put
going.
together molding and whatnot. And I'm sorry, I've been down to Louisiana, and most of it is a pit. I ain't gonna lie. There's definitely some nice places, but the majority of it is kind of dumpy. Yeah, people are trying to read. No, seriously, they were like a moment ago. They were like whispering to each other and shit, like they were plotting against the storm and it came to them.
Right?
It's like,
okay,
what?
now look at that bottom right radar view. So if that's correct, let's say that's correct. We haven't moved that far into the eye. Like we're just getting into the eye now.
Correct. Like it's just now, like in the eye.
Yeah, and then they're gonna have, if the eye, let's say, is 60 miles wide, right?
Yeah.
Then you got to think about 60 miles wide.
About 30 minutes.
Right. They're going to have like 30 minutes of eye time, and then
Yep.
it's going to be kick your ass on the other side of the eye of the
Before
storm.
you wake him up, we'll talk in the morning. I love you.
Yeah, no, it's easy to be able to track these storms and kind of gauge their
Probably
speed.
He's like, oh my gosh.
If you actually like
You better turn that
convert it in
hallway
your
out.
mind
Shut
to
my
like
door and shut yours so he doesn't see
traffic
any light.
and shit.
Right.
I've got to move. Okay.
Are they waiting for that piece of debris to like move or something?
I don't know. Are they waiting for it to fall on their heads? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. These guys are kind of comical, to be honest.
I was gonna
As
say
far as
they're kind of
stormtroopers
amateur
go.
hour over here for sure.
It
Just go to your
is.
room.
Like,
Keep
I'm
your door
sorry,
open.
like I've done storm chasing, but I don't know if I've
Keep your
been
door
that
open.
crazy.
Shut your light out.
I mean, these guys are like borderline comical, like Laurel and Hardy style.
Right. Well, see, this is how people get hurt in storms.
It is, because they start
I know,
acting
we were
stupid.
sitting
This
here.
is how they get hurt in
I was
general.
sitting.
Like, it doesn't matter if it's
I
a
was sitting here
storm, if
waiting
it's
for that
like
cinder block to
street.
move, Scarlet.
Right.
That
I'm
cinder
just
block that we were
saying.
watching earlier.
Oh,
I
they've
was
got radar in
waiting
their
for.
car. They got to be
I should
okay
certainly
big
hope.
time because they got some radar in the car.
I should certainly hope so. We had radar in our
But no
car.
other
too.
news. No other news station has it though.
Right.
That didn't look like it was a station, though.
No, but what she's saying is nobody has Doppler access. So, I mean, where are they pulling from?
That didn't look like a typical Doppler. It could be a privately owned, because
Could
there
be.
are such things.
That is true.
Well, that tracker that's up in the corner that says tracking Laura, that actually looks like an older one.
That's what I mean. A lot of the private buyers buy some of the older ones because they just get outdated and they go to junkyards and they just get it
That
up and running
tracker.
on their own. Kind of like ham radios.
Yeah, that one that's up in the corner that says tracking Laura, that looks like an older one.
Oh, yeah. I guess it could have been the guy's equipment, I guess. Oh, look at the bottom right corner, you guys. That's live and just went live. That's probably more. So they're just like right into the eye now.
I can't see everywhere, just immediately around me. In fact, microwave and cell and tower communications have broken half in downtown.
Wow.
Some of the four-legged standing towers just east of downtown have one of the taller, skinnier towers has bent in half and broke, and it was just about 200 George Street east. And now
that would be a problem.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm getting hoarse. Sorry. Let's look at
Isn't
Lake
that
Charles.
true, LL?
Here comes the extremely destructive winds now on the backside. There's the backside. It's not gonna be from Lake Charles. We got 100+ mile winds. We're now getting ready to go in the southwest eyewall, and the winds are coming out of the southwest now. So we had north winds, northeast, come around the east, southeast, southerly, and now we're about ready to go to southwesterly winds. As the winds are.
Oh, he does. That is a little radar. Look at that little bubble. That's what's on his dash.
Okay?
Yeah.
I have not seen any water below me. And I'm about
I want
That's
one
why I
of
was
those.
saying that's not a network.
So freaking bad. Bay. Okay? Because I've not seen any water at my location yet. Okay?
I would rock that out.
Pass and pulls away. And we got
That's why he's that's why he was running to get his sensor up.
Yeah, I don't blame him because if I had that type of fancy equipment, I'd be on it.
Right.
I would love to have something like that outfitted. Like I've always told you guys, my ultimate dream is to have like a mobile RV or ambulance vehicle that's outfitted for the storm.
Yeah, for all sorts of emergency situations.
Yeah. I just feel
You
like
just
since
might
an
go out
ambulance
and
is
do
such
some.
a heavy...
You
Yeah,
just might
check
go out
in on the
and
fires
do.
and let us know, LL, if you find anything interesting. Like, I haven't checked on the CZU complex in a couple days, the one that's out of Santa Cruz. But
Right.
it'd be interesting to see where the wildfires are at.
I can't hear you.
Scarlet, you want to go out there and do some Twister kind of shit.
New
Just
buildings,
with hurricanes, though.
I don't know
Yeah,
which ones
just
he's
a
talking
hurricane.
about. New buildings are coming apart.
But I did I did see a tornado the other night that I got a video of and posted it.
I know, I seen it, girl.
Oh, I'm so nervous, and I hate storms. Like, it's awful.
I love them. I'm not
I
saying I
do.
would love this, I'm not saying I would love what we're watching right now, but I love storms.
Three stories up. We have furniture out of the skyscraper, blowing out. The wind, probably the windows on both sides of the skyscraper are out, or will be out. And as soon as that happens, it's kind of started on the north side and then northeast, east. As soon as those south and southeast windows and southwest winds go out, then everything will blow through the entire building. 140-mile-an-hour winds. Winds are probably gusted to 150 in the middle of that building. So
150, you guys.
Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much.
I can't even imagine what 150-mile-an-hour winds are like. You know, once you start getting 60 and 70, it's even hard to stand up.
Yeah, it's a
You only see
task.
one building here, but there's other buildings around us.
Go from 145-mile-an-hour
I call it the damage downtown Galveston. And like I said, I can't see every building. I call it major. Some buildings were catastrophic damage. Another building's going to have marked heavy damage.
Ooh, we got dude's video back. Oh, and then we lost it.
Parking lots have not moved
Yeah,
around. Down like this roof. There it goes. Wow.
Oh, there goes. Wow, look at
shit.
that shit.
Moving.
Now it's moving.
Right? You know, that eye is moving pretty slow for it to be, 2 hours in after landfall. But I guess if it's only moving 15 miles an hour, it would only have moved 30 miles.
Right.
They said it could last up to 5 to 6 hours.
Yeah, it sounds about right. And that's if, it doesn't stall out or get any shear or,
Exactly.
Harvey ended up, grinding to a halt. What if this does that and just maintains intensity?
Exactly. Well, it's supposed to maintain a decent amount because it goes back out to sea.
I think this is going to be a slow moving behemoth, honestly.
Right. Let's put down a shitload of rain.
Well, it's true. It's just, this one is different. I don't know. Like Billy said earlier, I just feel different about this storm. There's something that's not adding up. There's not enough information off of the front end. There's not enough officials in unison about what's going to happen, where I feel like it's either a setup, it's worse than what we're thinking, maybe it's not as bad. I'm not quite sure.
Right.
I don't know. I just got a really bad feeling. And the last news thing that we got was that it went down to a category 2 or 3, but then these guys are still talking about 150-mile-an-hour winds.
Well, yeah, they were saying that the 150-mile-an-hour winds were going to sustain for at least 5 to 6 hours.
The idea, if gusts
Right.
get 60 do this.
And look, you don't even need steam generators, MGTOW, from Mexico. Guess where they?
Orange.
Oh,
Let's go to orange. I apologize.
guess where they actually have them?
Better use both hands, so I'm going to do
Texas.
that. But as we zoom over
Yep,
here,
Texas.
there's Highway 12. You can see Interstate 10. Again, southwest Louisiana at this point completely without power. And around Orange, all of Mauriceville. Scattered problems around Vidor. Pine Forest looks like you've still got electricity. Pinehurst,
Just
kind
take
of a
care of some
split
other
story
business
there.
here on the
West Orange,
Twitter
all around the
and
Orange County
stuff for the
Airport. Looks
south.
like maybe it's one
Southwest
substation
side of the
that's
Iowa
protecting
now.
Bridge
Thank
City
you
at
for
this point.
your
They still
support
have
there.
power, but
And the winds are going to gust up to 125, 130 on the back southwest flank. This is one of many skyscrapers downtown Lake Charles that's had many of the winds blown out, furniture's blown out. I do have video of the northeast and northern and northeastern side. It was buildings shearing off the plexiglass windows that came off and like multiple bursts of high winds. And when the high winds hit it, got in behind the glass to the left, it blew out in the middle of the building. And like about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 7 floors and about 200 foot wide came off as one big sheet of glass. And looks like it pulled sheetrock and then board off with it. And I was shooting at a very high frame rate, 4K at 120 frames a second. Also shooting some 8K downtown in the eye wall, the eye was approaching. So we have some just unbelievable footage from downtown Lake Charles. Yeah, this is really bad. Again, I've not power's out everywhere. Obviously, that one room up there has got power. I don't know how it is. It must be, I don't know what it is. You see that one light on? It's got power. That entire building's without power, but that one room's got power. I'm not sure what it is, but something has power in that room.
Somebody could have a generator. I mean, let's make common sense.
Chemicals in the air.
Fan generator,
Which is to be expected with plants around here, chemical plants and oil and gas. And I'm hearing reports of lots of damage. Storm surge was really bad down south, and lots of buildings have collapsed as far as collapse, like houses ripped off, storm surge, walls knocked down. Back to my south and west. Don't have all the locations, just I know it's really, really bad.
Shit.
We're getting really bad down in the southwest here.
That's why we're not hearing anything, you guys. You know what? Let's go pull. Can we go pull, Jordan, can you pull for me on broadcastify.com?
Downtown now.
Could you pull like either Lake Charles, Louisiana, or let's try to find some police scanner down there?
Lake Charles scenario? Lake Charles?
Yeah, like Lake Charles, Louisiana, or somewhere similar. Somewhere in Louisiana that's in the thick of shit that we could maybe hear some of the calls coming over on the scanner. Because that will, if what this man is saying is true, that buildings have lost, and buildings are collapsing, homes are collapsing. Well, guess what? They're probably not going to tell us on any local news, and a live streamer is probably not going to catch that either because they're not going to be in residential neighborhoods. But what the one place that we will hear about it is on the scanner.
Correct.
So,
would
and I
that
totally
include
forgot
Fresno?
about that. Pardon?
Would that include Fresno?
Storm surge come up this area.
Good question. Let me look at a map really quick.
It's pretty bad. And let me see if
Or a level
trying
in
to get a report
Texas?
here. Okay, I've got warnings going off. Let's see what's happening.
Clinton County Police Scanner. Let me try this.
He went to go retrieve
Yeah, I'd look for one that has a lot of people listening.
on that wall in that building.
Uh-oh. Find a break. Got to back up. Got rocks and glass hit my car now.
Oh.
I got to back up.
I mean, I don't know why you thought an open parking lot was potentially any form of safe location, but rock on with your bad self, guy.
Thursday. Okay. I'm just looking at the projections.
I mean, I just don't understand. I know you want to get the pictures, but it's like if you don't have your vehicle retrofitted, there is no point.
Exactly.
I don't know. That building that is right there in front, or what the hell looks like a building with that one light on, I'm waiting for it to come crashing down. Not that I want it to. I just get that feeling that somewhere along the line it's going to come crashing down.
1 minute ago, live picture storm surge is now coming over the walls at the casino. Storm surge is now, let me tell you, Jeff, here a second.
Storm surge, are they at the Golden Nugget, I wonder?
Jeff,
I wonder.
the storm surge is coming over the walls. It's starting to flood downtown. It's coming over the walls now. Go back the last
I think it looks like they're in a regular car.
Yeah.
I saw a live.
They're dummies.
And the water's coming over the
Never go in a regular car.
Okay, south of us, the storm surge is coming in.
I think we should just watch this. The storm surge is coming. That's the best part.
Yep.
So what's happened here, folks? What's happened? This is
look.
And storm surge is coming in on the south eye wall now. It's surging into downtown.
Who's he watching?
4 blocks from me.
Right.
Water cresting the wall. I can't see really well. It's very
I think
dark.
it's Facebook, isn't it?
Looks like Twitter.
Looks like the wall. He says.
Yeah, it's Twitter.
It's Twitter, yeah.
now. That's the golden nugget coming over the
I
wall.
was just on Twitter. There
Golden
was
nugget,
nothing
yep,
on there.
coming over the wall.
Okay, so back here, I'm up high. I'm eight floors up. So now,
Because I knew that there was a Golden Nugget casino down there in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
down
Most
the Gulf,
people know.
up in those bays and the bayou areas back south, and now as the eye pulls up to our northwest, it grabs that water and brings it with it because now we've gone in south winds. It holds the surge back until you whip around the south winds, and then it comes surging in like at 30, 40 miles an hour. It's almost like we call it a tidal wave, but it's a very fast surge. As soon as those winds whip around, it just comes in like quickly. When it whips around, the water is pouring into downtown over by the casino. I just saw it live on stream here. See, here's another deal. Somebody else is showing something downtown.
Yeah, if you're chasing a storm, you got to have the proper vehicle. That's a given. You can't be chasing storms in a fucking Honda Civic.
5 4 7.
Well, here's my thing. How you have all this fancy shit? Oh, down to Cat 3, Dwayne said. But that's if they can actually see the storm correctly, too. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
They could just be saying that to make people feel better. Meanwhile, the storm is actually getting its worst. So then people aren't panicking as much.
Exactly.
That's usually what they do. And they're like, oh, well, it's just unusually bad for 3. Instead of having
Right.
people
They
piss
get all
their pants all
excitable.
night that it's
Oh,
a
it's
4.
nothing.
Right, MGTOW? Fires burning in the west. Beavers burning in the east. Bullets flying in the north. And leftist mayors doing their rituals.
It was amazing driving in. How few cars
We appreciate everybody's support. Do these kind of things. Bring you live coverage of breaking weather, hurricanes, tornadoes. We really appreciate Tornado Alley video.
What was that?
Yeah, right.
This is downtown Lake Charles. Debris continues to come off the buildings downtown. A lot of the buildings have glass.
Look at that rain. Is it like it's like a rain shaft? Like, are they underneath the overhang?
Curtains, different things flying through
What
the
you
air.
see, the beam is actually the light off of their vehicle.
I did see, do have
Oh.
You can
Or are
see
they
the
underneath
debris.
the overhang like a parking garage?
Oh yeah, the way at the top, it looks like they are underneath like a yawning, or hopefully they are in a garage.
Right?
Because
Like
the yawning wouldn't last.
R5, 4K to 120 frames a second.
And
so
that
they're
would make
saying at
sense
5
because they would be
a.m.
pelted if they were in the open right now.
Yeah, they're still saying 120 mile an hour wind speeds, 150 mile gusts.
He was telling me that.
But that's still dangerous. That's still Cat 5 territory.
At least a very strong Cat 4, if not Cat
Yeah,
5.
I mean, the fact that it's going up to 150, and like I said, we don't even have the good radar to confirm this either. Yeah.
Here shortly, I'm going to try to get back over that wall and look down below us here and see if it could drive down to the lowest level. But there's so much debris in between the floors. I don't want to drive over nails.
Oh, look at that. Well, now you guys are stuck in that parking garage. So what's your plan?
Oh my God.
You don't want to drive over nails. You should have brought a tire plug kit or some extra tires, homie.
I would be passing us. It's 3:48 a.m. August 27th.
Or a bigger truck.
Right? Or get some, like, I don't know. How come no one's made any new tires, though? Like, real talk. Just on a side conversation. Like, we supposedly reinvented the wheel, but we can't get some tires that can resist punctures.
Right.
All the technology in the world, and we can't get a tire that we can ride through a hurricane. Good to know.
Yeah, this means they're focusing.
Holy shit! Look at that video in the live audio 2. Yeah, look at that, and live audio 3.
I know, Garfield.
I mean, look how strong that rain is.
It is. It's very strong.
It's like white knuckle. Like you couldn't even drive in that if you wanted to. I don't even know why these people have their wipers
very
on if they're
heavy,
not going anywhere.
high-profile car. That'd be the only way.
Why have your wipers on if you're not going anywhere?
Yeah, that part I've always wondered.
You know what I mean? It's not like it's gonna make it any clearer for us when it swipes. We can't tell a difference. All we see is that thing swipe.
Correct. It's
right.
almost
I wish they would know that.
almost useless in the main one.
Yeah, because
and
okay,
try to
unless you're
point-
moving, like I understand
Yeah.
if you're like driving around and need to use them, but like sitting under a parking ramp, like turn the shit off. Let us see.
Exactly.
Let's see if I can find anything else.
There's got to be stuff on Twitter because he was finding stuff on there.
Radar went down.
Well, that's just it.
He might have some special feeds though.
He could. Okay, let's see what the latest is. Hashtag Hurricane Laura. Mike Seidel said winds picking up here in Alexandria, 51 mile an hour gusts. 278,000 customers out. Hurricane Laura's been downgraded to a Category 3, but expected to bring catastrophic storm surge. Because, see, it hasn't made it to the other side yet.
Correct.
People forget this.
The backside's the worst.
The backside is the worst. And whoever's on the dirty side of the backside.
Yep.
Well, I'm
Holy
on
shit. The U.S. Strategic Oil
I just saw that
Reserve
too. Yeah, the strategic oil reserves
are in the path of Hurricane Laura.
Yeah, that's not good.
I am on a Hurricane Laura watch site, and someone posted 2 minutes ago. They took a picture of their. They took a pic. Hold on. They took a picture of. Oh, why can't I get this to go back? Hold on, my phone is messed up. Well, in some part of Louisiana, they are still saying that she is a Category 4. Because a girl took a picture of her news, but for some reason my picture disappeared.
Holy crap. They're telling everybody right now that Austin, Texas is at full capacity.
Western edge of the eye never made it any farther to the west than.
And if anybody is evacuating, to evacuate to Dallas, Fort Worth.
As it moves its way northward.
That is absolutely insane.
I don't think I've heard that before.
Yeah,
Not
where it's
for
full.
a major city.
Not for fucking Austin, Texas.
Right.
They're full. And this is a sign on the road. I'm gonna, if people follow too, it is, I forget what it is.
2 hours.
It's like FRN SA or something like that. Look for Scarlet Anonymous.
Great news
right.
is, like I said, by a little bit
on Twitter. And I'm sharing and retweeting all these things. Cajun Navy is in Beaumont right now. And I understand why they're in Beaumont, because they know Beaumont best from me doing it before.
Right.
If I were to pick anywhere to be right now, it would be in that southeast corner of Texas. Port Arthur, Orange, Beaumont, Vidor, that whole area. I just would. 45 members of FEMA's Massachusetts Task Force 1 are on their way. They're bringing 6 boats, and they all had to be
Yeah, COVID tested.
it's showing 27. I don't know if that's been updated. And then we're looking at wind gusts.
Do you see the jab at Trump on this?
44, 45 miles per hour. That could go one
Said Trump took $44 billion from FEMA to fund unemployment since Republicans didn't want to make a deal. How are they going to help the people in Texas and Louisiana with Hurricane Laura? That was interesting.
Well, this was posted an hour, well, not an hour ago, just 10 minutes ago. I got the picture back of the woman taking a picture of her TV. And it was at 447 on local something 8 news headlines. Category 4 Hurricane Laura crashes ashore near Cameron, Louisiana. Hurricane conditions spread north along the Louisiana and Texas border. Destructive winds, flooding, and tornadoes will inflict insignificant damage.
Glasses flying through the air. Plate glasses flying through the air.
Hey, Vanessa, we're tracking the conditions that we're seeing on social media. I've given this reminder over and over again because I really want to emphasize it. The folks we're using video from, these are reporters, meteorologists.
How's it can't move right now? In between floors, it's extremely dangerous because the winds have come around to southwest, southwest, and Lake Charles here, and the debris is now coming the other direction. So it was out of the northeast and east. It broke off everything on the north fascia and the northeast fascia. There's a lot of buildings, and it's like a can opener. You start like if you start on one side of the can and you start cranking the wheel and you're peeling the can lid off. You start on one side, and as you keep turning and you come around the other side, at some point the lid, which could be a roof or it could be a wall, it literally peels off of the building, and what happens is it will go flying. And so as this southwest wind comes through downtown, which is in the process of doing now, as that intensifies, then a lot more building. This is actually where you get even some of the more extreme damage, because now I've done about a 180-degree turn from the damage from the northeast side, east side, southeast side, and we're coming around the southwest. So you basically went around an entire building, like probably 80% of the building. So once you do that, you basically will just you blow whatever one broke before it comes off, it blows out the different floors, and so that will continue to escalate. And there is tremendous debris. I can see debris coming off this building. And just a second ago, you could hear glass flying through the air. Plate glass. It sounded like big seconds of plate glass windows hitting our concrete parking structure and shattering. And it sounded like 1,000 wine bottles breaking. It's pretty unnerving, to be honest with you. Blows out the different floors, and so that will continue to escalate downtown here about 15 miles. And there is tremendous debris. I can see debris coming off this building. And just a second ago, you could hear glass flying through the air. Plate glass. Sound like, and I'll show you right here, like big seconds of plate glass windows hitting our. So here's the concrete parking structure and shattering. And up to the north, sound like 1,000 wine bottles breaking. It's pretty unnerving, to be honest with you. Just to our north now. But the eye is now just like 20 miles north of downtown. Just northwest of downtown here, about 15 miles. This is, and we're in the ice passes. We're in the south, but not nearly as bad as it was about an hour ago, which is the heavy convection came into downtown. It was extremely destructive winds downtown. And I'd say we had Cat 4 winds in downtown. It's pulling Lake Charles based on it's pulling damage what I can see with my own eyes in the dark out here with lights. There's definitely Cat 4 damage downtown Lake Charles, and it's and just to our building elevations, the wind increases out. Obviously not at 10 meters. The center's like 20 miles north. Wind observations normally at 10 meters just off the ground. And downtown buildings here are a couple hundred feet, 200 feet in the air, and the winds are much stronger above the ground. So they could have easily had gusts of 175 in downtown. That's not confirmed. But it would, you can have winds. It's 175. Maybe they had a gust of 200 downtown. Very destructive. That's kind of what's going on. So until this eye, as bad as it was about an hour ago, which is over Lake Charles right now, and it comes around like this. Until this this core eye wall. It was extremely destructive winds. All this area right here is the area during the massive.
Looks like the National Hurricane Center just put out something too.
We had Cat 4 winds downtown of Lake Charles area right here, quick and damage. I can see out the whole right over to this area, and it's dark out here. Destructive winds right now. Again, I'm having to use Houston radar, so it's looking at probably well over 100 miles at the radar.
He does have a nice setup.
What's going on, Jeff?
I don't know. You want to go check out the water?
Yeah, but how are we going to do that with debris?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
National Hurricane Center just put out another advisory.
No.
This is what I have heard. So I'm going to actually pull that up because I was about to pull it up. Then I got kicked out. They're saying also most streamers who were on the air down there or who were live tweeting or anything have been kicked off of communications at this point. So we are pretty much radio silent right now with information.
Okay, so that's very intriguing as well.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Because now the people aren't able to talk about what's happening. And the one thing that's changed the game in the last 6-7 storms is the crowdsource information that pours out of these storms. And the fact that we're not getting that right now is a big issue.
Very, very, very true.
Because like I said, it's super important right now to get that information. It's the only way we know what's happening.
See this parking
Well, it's interesting
None of
that
these
people have an odd
forecasters
feeling
are going to
about
go out
this.
into any of that.
And
Okay, so Laura, moving northward over southwestern Louisiana, catastrophic storm surge, extreme winds and flash flooding continues in portions of Louisiana. About 30.5 degrees north, 93.4 degrees west, about 30 miles of northwest of Lake Charles, Louisiana. So it's not even quite there yet. About 50 miles northeast of Port Arthur, Texas. Okay, so we've moved quite a bit across, but not quite. So they say storm surge warning west of High Island, Texas discontinued. Storm surge warning is in effect for High Island, Texas to the mouth of the Mississippi River.
oh, there it goes. Howard, wow. Oh, it's going up inside my building. Wow, right out my window here. Huge explosion again. Right outside the car here. All the power went downhill.
We lose you, Scarlett.
Wow.
Those are boats.
I think Scarlett got zapped.
We're rescuing jet skis.
Scarlett did get zapped. Okay, thanks. When you guys say that, at least I know I get zapped because I can hear you in the background.
Right.
So then it says that maximum sustained winds are near 120 miles an hour. Laura is a Category 3 on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. Rapid weakening is forecast, and Laura is expected to become a tropical storm later today. Hurricane force winds extend outward up to 60 miles. Oh, and we've lost some of the tropical storm force winds. So we're down to 175 miles from the center. An observation in Chenault, Louisiana reported sustained winds of 76 miles an hour and a gust of 93. The estimated minimum central pressure is 948 millibars. An unofficial observation of 948 millibars was recently measured in the eye of Laura. Okay, so recently, but they won't tell us how.
Water rescue.
Still expecting 15 to 20 feet of storm surge, 10 to 15 feet. The storm surge has not changed. So they say
we're still coming down. We're about halfway down now. We're up there ways. I do not see any water here. It's over, not too far away.
that we've lost, oh god damn it. They can say that we've lost some strength, but if nothing's changed as far as the forecast, has it really?
Right.
I mean, it's just a good question, right?
See, I love it. They're driving and he's whispering.
Right.
Then you got Mr. Excited. Then you got
See,
Mr.
look at
Excited
this
down on
shit.
the right.
Yeah. National Hurricane Center ain't saying none of this shit. They're getting their asses whooped and nobody knows about it.
There's other guys here. See what we've got.
Oh, look at that shit.
Here.
Right.
Clear the debris out here because of the wet flat tires. What do you got? What do you got?
What is that?
Yeah, like, is it like a concrete
What do you got?
wall or?
What do you got on storm surge?
I didn't see any. I went down to the Civic Center.
And yeah, is he saying the storm surge did that? Then where's all the water?
Just it's the building that had the green lights going up it.
Yeah.
And in his car right by it.
Uh-oh.
And that's why we're not really walking out there.
No, you don't want to walk. It's going to be another 2 hours before we can do this.
Look at all these guys just sitting there.
Right.
Is this what it's like every storm with storm chasers? Just a group of guys sitting around like at a construction site? Like this, I didn't know it was like that.
Off the Civic Center.
Sometimes
it's all over
you
the
get
road.
stuck in the same little spot, and yeah, you just sit and chill, talk shit.
And I'm sure they watch each other's streams and shit, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, the alphabets are gonna loot.
Downtown Lake Charles took.
Oh yeah, like they looted Beaumont the last time, and like they looted Port Arthur and fucking Harvey. Yeah, exactly, McToe. You already know the deal. They're gonna fuck up this area because these people are self-sufficient down there. So if they can take out people's farms, they can take out people's homesteads. They're loving it.
Right.
Man, there's something bad going on over there. What's that horrible roar? What's that roaring sound?
The water, maybe? Toxic masculinity.
This and that building over there.
Yeah.
And that thing, you don't have to get much.
Oh shit! Is this Reed Timmer talking?
I can't tell.
He kind of sounds like it.
Storm surge. Have you heard anything about the storm surge?
No, that's not quite it.
We got the power flashes, lightning. We got lightning on the southwest eye wall.
Reed Timmer's bottom right looks like.
That's crazy. There's lightning on the southwest eye wall.
Now, Reed Timmer had mentioned that earlier, like, was there lightning in the eye wall? But, you know, I'm with Big Toe. I'm very concerned that we're not hearing anything from the average person in the middle of this storm.
No,
That's
what
an
I'm saying.
absolute bad sign.
Just sheets of this everywhere.
Is like people are having bad feelings about this storm, and yet you're cutting off all communication between people, and that seems very disconcerting.
At that point, when the wind dies down, we'll have to clear the streets, push debris out of the way in order to get out of the buildings here.
Wow.
Like a bit another couple hours, at least another hour. Man, that's bad. What was that? There's horrible big stuff flying through the air now. This is getting bad. It's getting sample. Jeff, there's really big stuff.
This is the good stuff, you guys. This is when the other side comes through and now pushes it.
Rip this building, this parking. Look at all that stuff going on in those parking garages. It's broke pipes and sheared pipes off and all kinds of stuff in the building here. And the Civic Center, all the walls came off the Civic Center. They sheared all the brick off. It's all the streets. It's going to be a couple more hours, Jeff. It'll be set up before we can get out. Depends on the storm surge, though. And I know there's white caps there. I think it's water coming in. There's white caps, guys, on the street now. Hey, did you see those white? I know it's the wind. But see how it's doing this white right here? It's accelerating. I bet there's water not very far away because that's like white caps coming off the water storm surge. I guarantee the water's not very far away. So that's what it does when the storm surge comes in and the winds blow real hard across the water. You get that water vapor trail on the ground like that.
Out of all the hurricanes since the 1800s, that Laura is one of 4 to have winds over 150 miles an hour.
Right.
It's also raining.
The last one was Michael. So you tell me that this ain't gonna be no Cat 5, because what did Michael end up being? And what is the example I used as them coming back a year later and then saying it was a Cat 5? I used Michael as an example.
I can see. We're about 3 blocks.
And for them to say that is true, with besides Camille and a couple other ones.
Just to west, excuse me, just west.
The last island, 1856, Freeport, 1932, Camille, 1969, and Michael, 2018. This is the only other storm. This was a Cat 5, period. I don't care what anyone says. Like I said, they just didn't want to tell people Cat 5 because they didn't want to scare literally the pants off of them.
Hi, Cat 4 coming through downtown Lake Charles. Oh my gosh. I hear horrible things happening.
Listen to that.
I confirm report mail. The wind is unbelievable. They're breaking, bad stuff happening.
We got a while.
Oh, a couple hours.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yeah.
Things are flying every. It'll be sun up before we can see. The winds get below 50, 30, so we can.
Did we get out of that dry slot? We back more in convective.
We still got about another. Let's see how many miles this is. We got. 30
Definitely
miles,
could use a way to switch to the more excitable action.
2 more hours.
Right.
6 a.m., 6:15. Sun will be coming up.
Because if these guys are seriously just going to look at this radar for the next 2 hours.
Right, and
I'm
wait
kinda
for them
good.
to be out of the eye of the storm. Let's see what else I can find. There was another guy who was live by the
They were talking about it.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Golden Nugget.
What happened?
So yeah, they say Laura is tied for the most intense hurricane to landfall in the state, the last island storm of 1856, and it's the 3rd in terms of lowest pressures, because Katrina was 920 millibars, last island 934. Records have been kept since 1851.
Obviously, it was not normal. In that first half, I guess he ran out there. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, Jeff Piotrowski, award-winning storm chaser. The storm surge is coming over the wall near the casinos. And he has his stream up right now too.
So we have injured people in downtown Lake Charles.
I think
Flying debris.
It's just some of that all that glass that was coming out of those windows that were blowing.
Yeah.
Because this thing started popping like you just see them rupture. I'm curious about all those houses that we drove by earlier.
I know they're going to be.
Like,
I know.
Direct wind hit. Yeah. Well, especially with all those old trees, I bet you there's quite a few of the old trees that are down. Right.
Can't really move, guys, right now. Can't move upstairs, downstairs. We can't go out on the streets. That we gotta wait. We gotta wait for this area right here to clear Lake Charles. I've got to get about another hour and a half, 2 hours. I get this area right here, south of here, where the winds are gusting to 50, 75, 100 at times. Matter of fact, again, this is from Houston, so it's a long ways off. And I'm shooting up way high in the air, 110, 115, 100 to 110, and we're definitely still getting 75 to 80 mile an hour on the ground. Gust in downtown Lake Charles. They're still flying debris. I hear skyscraper glass breaking coming out of the buildings. You can hear it. You hear plate glass, gigantic plate glass crash into the ground, and it makes a very distinct sound. That big thick glass, when it hits the ground, it makes a very distinct shatter sound.
Ooh, extreme storm surge right now. The canal locks are going absolutely crazy.
Right.
Bypassed. I think what we do here right now is yeah, I know that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kill the stream right now, and as things change, it'll slowly wind down, and then what we'll
Glad.
do is we'll bring it back up, and
Because he was
as
killing
we get
me.
here set up here in about an hour or two, and then we will bring the stream back up. Okay, it's just too dangerous to get on the street. Too dangerous to do anything right now. Down just on the street, it's too much debris and flying debris, so we can't get out of the building. We're going to be here for another couple hours. What's it doing? I know the office buildings are still peeling off. Should I go back upstairs, Jeff, and look? Let's go. Let's do it. Let's turn around and go back up there. Yeah, let's go. Turn around. We're gonna go back to the top. I know.
Yeah, go show us something. Go show us something. Oh. Right? Like that was sad. Like they just had like a real good lead up to that, and then it was like, oh.
Buffering.
I know, and it's like out of all the times in the storm that you lose signal, this is when you lose signal.
Skyscraper back to our west is sharing off.
I know. What happened to TLO? Hopefully TLO will come back.
For sure.
His actual video feed says live video is interrupted. Oh, you're talking about the person we had in our chat. Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, look at that view on the street. Is that water? In that second one from the, on the bottom right, the other, closest to the left?
Yeah, it looks like it's a street cam. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, is there water though? Is what I'm trying to see if I can differentiate, because that's when the game is going to change. Once we start hearing widespread reports of storm surge, that's when it's going to get real. Like this is wild. Yeah, Jeff Priotowski has a live stream that supposedly is showing like the water coming over. We'll see. Because the one thing about storms too that always concerns me is if we don't see,
look, like I said, the winds are gonna. I think the 130 and 50 mile an hour winds, those are over here for downtown Lake Charles, but we'll have gusts to 70, 75, sometimes gusts to maybe 100. But
if things don't pan out, see, like exactly what they were talking about. If things don't pan out the way that they said they were going to with this storm, people aren't going to evacuate. Again, they're going to stay at home, because every time these storms don't end up being complete devastation, people act like, oh, well, I should have just went out. Oh, I should have just done this or that.
Right.
So it gives them a false sense of security to then move forward. And that's the only part that concerns me. Just because these couple of people who are downtown by some buildings, nothing serious is happening, that doesn't mean if we go into neighborhoods, people, like I said, aren't being rescued and aren't necessarily in need of help. That's my only concern, is streamers like this especially do not give a good representation of what happened. TLO said he got major zapped and he can't even get internet now.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, and I mean, he's in Minneapolis, so I could see that actually happening. So, let's see what we've got at the top. I'm trying to see latest reports. I'm gonna refresh really quick.
No snow, just very heavy, big raindrops.
Somebody said snow. What the hell? It would not be snowing.
Yeah, on the NHC side, I don't see anything new for advisories.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I can kill the windshield wipers, but you're going to have water.
Yeah, I might head out here soon if you want.
You stop it, the windows gets coated. You know, I got Rain X on there, and it's going to go to a blur image. So
He's already asleep.
Now you can't see the building.
Yeah, all we're seeing right now is random news people tweeting.
Right.
People who aren't there necessarily in these states, or a couple random like soccer moms who are tweeting about it. And I'm having a real hard time, if conditions are as bad as they say, for us not hearing a lot more things happening on a night where, 5, 6 other cities around the country are rioting. There's wildfires, and like what? 2 people are fucking tweeting about this hurricane that is the strongest hurricane to hit the Gulf Coast ever. Like, what the shit? Like, that doesn't even make logical sense if the storm is this bad.
That bad, right?
Kathy is.
So what the fuck is going on? Either we have a complete media blackout,
moderating,
they're censoring, or what is the other option? Something is not right with this.
I
And we've been
agree.
kind of saying that all night as we've been watching this. But something is not right. I don't know if it's going to be one of those in the morning we find out that everything's total mass devastation and that's why there wasn't anybody, because a lot of people didn't survive.
Haven't had a chance to go around downtown, guys.
I'm just wondering if that's what's going to happen, because I'm just not finding, like other storms on Twitter, you can find video after video after video after video.
Yes,
after
I
video.
agree. For sure.
And we're not seeing that.
Right.
I'm seeing videos from like Reed Timmer or like Mike Pence 4 hours ago, or the same Weather Channel video.
Right.
I'm having a hard time with this, or 5 hours ago, or 3 hours ago. Like, no new video in the last hour besides, one little clip from CNN. Like, it doesn't make sense. Roof is coming off our hotel 3 hours ago. I mean, this was 3 hours ago. What the fuck? Yeah, we're gonna have to see. We're gonna be following this. So here's the deal, everybody who's out there listening right now. We're gonna keep watching this situation. I'm gonna keep monitoring through the channels that I know how to monitor through. I'm gonna keep looking for live streams. I'm gonna try to find some confirmation of damage on the ground. Once I can do that, then I will come back on the air live and we will talk about what's going on, and or daybreak. Once we start getting it to, about 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, we should have enough light in the area to determine what's going on. Because even with dark rain clouds about then, it should start, being able to do something. Because at this point, the fact that we have absolutely no one tweeting about this situation, no one but known live streamers live.
You have northeast sellers.
Yeah, that doesn't sit well with me. Why? And those people probably have satellite phones or boosters or a way to still be streaming without just a regular connection. Because there's so many technologies that you can use now. You know, hell, you can get satellite phones and all types of shit. So I'm just having a hard time feeling that this is actually what's happening. Where are the residential people? Where are the residents of these towns? Why aren't they tweeting? I can't imagine they're sleeping right now.
Correct, for sure.
Right. So what the fuck is going on? Why aren't we hearing from these people? And we've been hearing spotty reports of, potential phones are down, towers literally being broken in half, buildings, homes ripped apart. I'm going to try to find some police scanners down there, listen to the scanners, try to hear if I can hear more damage than what they're talking about. Maybe if Steve Lookner is still live, I highly recommend checking out his channel. Because a lot of times he'll have the scanner running. If I had a computer, I would make sure I have the scanner running and. But right now, I just don't. So if you guys want to help with that, Scarlett could use a new computer because my whole hard drive just literally crashed a couple weeks ago. I know, and it's been awful ever since. So if you'd like to do that, please go to freedomrevolutionnetwork.com, hit the donate tab. You can either donate monthly and keep us on the air, or you can make a one-time donation. You can put in a tribute Scarlett's computer fund. I would really appreciate that, you guys. But so what we're going to do is we're going to do a little powwow, and I'm going to go and check all the feeds, check all the streams I can, try to find anyone that's live, that's actually on the ground, that isn't a known streamer that traveled there. Because this is the problem. Like, okay, that was Reed Timmer, I guess, in that video. I thought it was, because they just changed the title to Tornado Alley video. So I bet you that's what that was about. But the fact, like I said, we can only find known streamers and not anybody just like who decided to catch it on their camera, or
Right.
people in certain neighborhoods, and we're not hearing reports from certain neighborhoods. We're not hearing what happened. We know 250,000 people are out of power down in that area. The sad thing is, Grant, a lot of people didn't evacuate, and their mayors said that they didn't evacuate, and they know that a lot of people didn't evacuate because they thought this was only going to be a cat like 1 or 2 storm, and so people just didn't evacuate. And by the time they could have evacuated, it was this morning. By the time rapidly overnight, it went through a bombogenesis that they don't want to admit that it went through, because when you drop 30 millibar pressure within 24 hours, that's considered a bombogenesis, and you literally bomb out because you create so much pressure. And any other time they want to play it up to the hills, but this time they wanted to keep it quiet, which makes me think, are we seeing total destruction of homes, businesses, neighborhoods right now, right under our noses, while the feds are literally cleaning everybody up? Because why are we not hearing from the people? Any other time we hear from the people. And there might not be a whole bunch of people, but there's at least a few that you can find that, like I said, aren't streamers who traveled there for the storm, like a Reed Timmer or other unknown, journalists. Where the hell are the people? Where is just like, Susie Q Public, tweeting at her house saying, hey, the water's coming up. We haven't seen those videos in hours. Did all their cell phone capabilities go down there? And then I thought they have satellites in space that help with signal. So what the fuck is going on? And I hate to be conspiratorial, but I'm just having a hard time. Out of the millions of residents that live in this area, we don't hear from anybody but known streamers. And that's the only people that anybody else is watching. I just find that, phenomenal.
Bizarre.
To think about. Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah.
So, yeah. We'll see. Like MGTOW, I don't know. Red list event, I don't know. You know, does the government have roles that they know who they're going to pick up, or neighborhoods that they plan on destroying, or you know, I have no fucking clue at this point. But what I do know is we're gonna get to the bottom of something and figure out where the people are and what happened to them. Because the people, like I said, Lake Charles, Louisiana has 80,000 residents alone. I can't imagine that with as much that's going on, people wouldn't be up. Let's say even just 1,000 of the 80,000 were tweeting on Twitter. We should be able to find them in a simple search.
Well, that's to get going. I apologize.
Yes. No worries. Like I said, we're going to wrap it up here. So thank you guys for being here with us tonight on the Freedom Revolution Network with our special coverage of Hurricane Laura. We are going to, like I said, do a little bit more research and come back with you guys as soon as we can find any more information on what's actually happening, where the storm is, what type of storm surge is occurring. Are we seeing 20-foot storm surge? Are we not? What's actually happening? What is the state of Louisiana? And we'll give a state of the state, I guess, this morning, a little bit later on, at least by daybreak or sooner if I could find out any other information. So with that being said, from the land of 10,000 lakes, good night, universe.